Test 7, compound angle formula. Question 11. Solve for x given tan x minus tan 1 equals to 1 plus tan x tan 1. Since this is a part of test, I would like you to copy the question, answer it, stop the video meanwhile, and then look into my suggestions or solution. That is going to help you practice for your own test, right? These are actual test problems, so take them very seriously. You should time your test also. It should not take more than 5 minutes to do any of those questions which are in this test. Okay. So let's try to solve it. Here is my solution. So we have the problem as tan x minus tan 1 equals to 1 plus tan x tan 1. Now let's divide both sides by 1 plus tan x tan 1. And what will we get? We get tan x minus tan 1 divided by 1 plus tan x tan 1, correct? And on the right side we get just 1. The left side is a familiar compound angle formula for tan, correct? Which is tan x minus 1, correct? Now on the right side we have 1. When will tan be x minus 1? This is what you have to decide. So let's look into the tan function, right? So two things we need to see. One is the cos rule. Now that tells us that we are looking for a positive value, right? Positive 1. So tan is positive in these two quadrants. All are positive here and tan in the third quadrant, correct? So we are looking for an answer in first or third quadrant. The second thing is, so there are two things to any value. One is the magnitude of value itself, which is 1, and the other thing is sign. Sign is positive, right? So for tan, it is positive in quadrant 1 and in quadrant 3. So these are the two quadrants where our answer lies. 1 means what? 1 means 45 degrees or pi by 4, correct? Either one of them. So if you are doing in degrees, then do 45 degrees, and in radians it is pi by 4. So that is what it is. So we get, for a theta of pi by 4 or 45 degrees, we know tan theta is equal to 1, right? So that is what it is, right? Now, in this question, we are not given any domain. So the domain is not restricted. So we should understand that domain is x belongs to real numbers, correct? If it is not specified, it is an open domain. Now since tan has a time period of pi, it repeats after every pi, right? You see 1 and 3, they're diagonally opposite, right? So if one answer, let us say our first answer is pi by 4, then the second one is pi by 4 plus pi. Do you see that? And then again plus pi. So that those are all the possible answers for us, correct? So we need to specify all the answers. So first is this, which is pi by 4, and then it is this, correct? Which is pi by 4 plus pi, correct? So here it is 4 pi by 4, and this becomes 5 pi by 4, correct? So that is how. And then again we'll add pi to it, right? So this is 5 pi by 4, and then again we add pi, right? So the next will be like this. Do you see that? So like that it continues. So the answer in the domain of real numbers will really be theta equals to pi by 4 plus k pi or n pi, where n is set of integers. N belongs to integers. It could be plus or minus pi. That is what we're trying to say here. So these are all the possible values of theta for which tan theta is 1. Do you understand? So we say tan of x minus 1 equals to 1. That means tan of theta which will give us 1 is actually this theta, pi by 4 or pi by 4 plus n pi. Do you see? That is the theta value which we are trying to connect. So which tan theta, so we are trying to see which tan theta is actually 1. This is what we're trying to say. And we know the tan theta which is 1 in general is this. That is our theta. That is the general answer, right? So what we do from this stage, so tan, we equate the angles. I'm explaining this process here because I found some students getting confused when we jump from this to the answer. Correct? So what we are trying to say is, when is tan 1? So we have tan as 1 for tan 45, for tan or pi by 4, right? Or whenever tan is 45 plus minus n pi. Correct? So those are all the coterminal angles for our solution. So we can write here like this. So these two angles should be same, right? Therefore, we have the solution as x minus 1 is equal to pi by 4 plus n pi. Do you get it? So that is our general solution, right? And from here, we can say what is x? X is equals to pi by 4 plus n pi minus 1 for this question, correct? So that is the answer. If you want to really simplify it and then write down your answer, you can do that also, right? You can take pi by 4 common. In that case, this becomes what? 1 plus 4 and pi, right? So you can do that also. So let's try. We'll take pi by 4 common, and then we get 1 plus, this becomes 4, right? 4n, because we have taken pi common, minus 1. So this is another way of writing the same solution. Okay. Now if the domain was given to us, let us say 0 to 2 pi, then we would restrict this answer within a domain of 0 to 2 pi, correct? So that is how you are going to do these kinds of questions. I hope you understand. Thank you.